this is a little bit of my introduction. Of course, teaching is my passion. Now, when you all are asked to introduce yourself, students, there are some points to remember because what happens is many of them seeing the TV, they introduce themselves in the wrong fashion, in the wrong way. They say myself so and so. That is wrong. Whenever you introduce yourselves, normally I begin the lecture, the session, the new class with the introduction of all the students and myself, but this is not possible here. So when you're introducing yourself, you will say, I am so and so, or my name is so and so. And in your case, I have come from this school, I passed out from this school. I have joined this because I want to, you have to say about ambition. I want to pursue this career. I want to become an IITian that way. Oh, and my interests or my hobbies are so and so, singing, dancing. So this is just, I'm leading you all towards the biodata, how you write the biodata. This is how you introduce yourself. And I will be giving you all the biodata. Biodata, in fact, it should be by heart. It is a lifetime requirement. Once you know it, you can anytime, because why biodata, although it is not there for the exam or in the syllabus, but that is the basic requirement of life. And what are even the IITians, they don't know how to write the biodata. They don't know what to write where. So I'll be teaching you all that, but of course not today. When we do the writing skills. Now, let me tell you about the subject. 100 marks English paper, where 20 marks are for orals, 80 marks is the written paper. In the written paper, you have 4 sections. That is the poetry, the first, the prose, the poetry, the writing skills, and the drama. Now, 5% of the questions in the 80 marks paper are global understanding questions, that is GK questions, general knowledge questions. Because sometimes what happens, students, when they see the paper, oh, it is not there in the passage, because prose and poetry, you get the lines and you get the passage. Directly, those questions you will not get the answers of those questions from the lines or the passage. So they are GK questions, but somehow related to the passages or the lines. Now, writing skills. Now, what you have to have is a textbook, the pencil, because some of the markings you can do directly in the textbook with the pencil. Everything, there's no need to write in the notebook. In the notebook, you're going to write the writing skills. Now, writing skills means report and emails, appeals, all that, and grammar. So now the writing skills, some of them are there in your textbook, some are not. So that I'll be doing that. That will be in your notebook. But beforehand, what I'll be doing the next week or the following week will be put in the timetable. Now, today I'm going to start with this. Now, some of the chapters are omitted, reduced. Why? Because of this COVID situation. And because we all time bound and we will not be able to complete the entire syllabus within the framework. We never know what order comes when from the government. So some of the chapters have been reduced. Today I'm going to start with this cherry tree. Now in the prose and the poetry section, we have icebreakers first. And after the chapter, we have the brainstorming, part. Now, what does that mean? In the icebreakers, you have short questions like drawing the web, completing the following, matching, and so on. That is before the chapter, the poem. And afterwards, you have the brainstorming questions, which are based on those chapters and the poems. So, students, open your books. If you don't have the textbook, you may be having the PDF to page 65. And have a pencil or something in your hand. And we are starting directly. See now, trees are revered. See the first one. Trees are revered because they give us joy, that is already given. Second, oxygen, they give us oxygen. We worship the trees, they give us oxygen. Second, that is B, is oxygen. Write it down there. If you have a doubt, you can unmute yourselves and ask a question. If I am going fast or if you all have skipped anything what I have said, you can unmute yourself and you can ask. C is flowers, fruits, wood, fuel, and food. C is flowers, fruits, wood, fuel, and food. That is, now see, this
What?
comes under, yes? Yes? You're asking something? Flowers,
Third one.
flowers, fruits, fuel, wood, and food. Now, that is C. Come to D. Maintain ecological balance. That is, they maintain ecological balance. You can write it in short for your understanding. Maintain ecological balance. That is D. E is they reduce global warming. They reduce global warming. Come to the next, that is the matching the columns. Now this you can read afterwards. First, just do the markings. First one is you planted a sapling is E. You wanted to make a humble beginning, E. You planted a sapling is E. You watered the plant is F. You saw the shoot for the first time is A. Number 3 is A. Number 4 is G. Number 5 is D. Number 6 is B. And number 7 is C. Now you have to read this, okay, afterwards at home, what it is. Come to the next page. Now I'm starting the poem, The Cherry Tree. I'll be explaining that first about the poet. Now poet Ruskin Bond. Now Ruskin Bond, British Indian, Britisher born in India and staying throughout India in Himachal Pradesh. He has written many articles, many novels and stories. He is the winner of Sahitya Akademi Award. Now, what is the Sahitya Akademi Award? Is for literature.
Renuka ma'am,
Yes.
ma'am, your screen is not visible.
Correct, sir.
And student, it's an announcement for you all. Yeah, जिसको कोई भी query आ रहा है, just raise your hand so ma'am can resolve that queries. Okay, it's all clear to all. Student is clear.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Is the,
Yes,
Anyone
ma'am.
have any query? Just raise your hands. Okay.
is the screen clear now?
Thank you.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So now Ruskin Bond, a British Indian, is the winner of Sahitya Akademi Award, the highest award for literature in India. And he's still writing in Times of India. You can read his article on, I think it is on page 4 or 6. So one column is devoted for him, means kept aside for his articles. He still writes. Now he has written this Cherry Tree, which is a nature poem. He is inspired by the cherry tree and he has written these lines. It is a narrative poem. Narrative poem means he's telling us something about the cherry tree. He wants that he has sown that seed some 8 years back, and he's telling how it has started blossoming. So I'll explain that. 8 years have passed since I placed my cherry seed in the grass. So he says, 8 years back, he sowed that seed in the grass. Must have a tree of my own, I said, and watered it once and went to bed. Now he said, must have a tree of my own. Why does this occur to him? Now see, there are the things that belong to you. You know, they are special for you. You take care of them and you feel happy that they are yours. Okay, like gifts are given, or when people start working, they start earning and buy their own salary, first salary or whatever. They feel happy, they take care of it, they protect it, and they that this is there, that yes, I'm the owner of so and so. So he says, I must have a tree of my own. So what he did, he watered it, he sowed that seed in the grass, I watered it and went to bed and forgot about it. Now see the next line. And forgot, but cherries have a way of growing, though no one's caring very much or knowing. He says he didn't bother about it after that, but he says they have a way of growing. Way of growing, they do not need much care. See, you must have seen some plants or fruit plants. So much care is needed, special fertilizers, watering, and then only they start yielding fruits and flowers. But here in this case, he says the cherry tree does not need that much of care. Though no one's caring very much of knowing, and he didn't even know how people don't even know they don't even know how to take care of these bigger plants and all. They grow on their own, like the coconuts and all, mangoes, trees. So there's no need to take care much. And suddenly, that summer near the end of May, I found a tree had come to stay. He says after 5 months, he saw in the month of May, he saw that I found a tree had come to stay. Now, see that. What does that mean? You sow the seed in a particular place and you wait for the shoots to come out. Now, that area of the earth belongs to the tree. So, it is going to stay there, means it's going to grow there. I found a tree had come to stay. It was very small, 5 months child, lost in the tall grass running wild. So it was just 5 months small little plant, and which was not too much visible in the grass around it, wild grass. Goats ate the leaves, the grass cutters kite, split it apart, and a monsoon blight. Now, when the leaves shot out, the goats, they eat the leaves. The goats came and ate the leaves, and the grass cutter came and it cut the stem of this cherry tree or the plant. Then it's split into two, and then the monsoon blight. Blight is that fungi. After the rain water which collects there, there's some kind of fungi there around. You can see in the water. So because of that, what happened? Shriveled the slender stem. Even so, next spring, I watched the 3 new shoots grow. He said, because of that fungi and the goats eating the leaves and the grass cutter cutting splitting the plant into two, still that, and the fungi there, the stem that was there, main stem of that tree, shriveled, it shrunk as if it was going to die. Even so, he says, even so, after that, next spring, I watched the 3 new shoots grow. In spite of all this, he saw new shoots coming out. The young tree struggled upward thrust, its arm in a fresh fierce lust. The young tree struggled upwards, pushing itself upwards. Pushing means what? Growing. Its arms in a fresh fierce lust, spreading its arms. Your arms are the branches here, the leaves. It's spreading all around and growing upwards. Why it is growing upwards? For light and air and sun. Naturally, all trees, plants grow upwards, and they want that is the food for them, the light, air, and the sun. I could only wait as one who watched wandering while time and rain made a miracle from green growing pain. Now you said time and rain and the goat cutting and all that, in spite of all that pain. Now he calls it a pain. Pain means obstacles here, the hardships here that the plant had to face. Still, it was a miracle that it grew, survived. It did not die. I went away next year, spent a season in Kashmir, came back thinner, rather poor, but richer by a cherry tree at my door. He says, next season, entire season he spent in Kashmir. And when he came back, thinner and poor, maybe thinner health-wise, health deteriorated, and poor, maybe money exhausted, or he may be saying that health-wise he was poor, weak, he had become, but richer by a cherry tree at my door. But when he saw the cherry tree at his door, he felt that he had become rich. Now, rich means happiness here, many things what he wants to, his feeling, that joy, that happiness, that little seed had grown so big and now he'll be getting his own cherries. 6 feet high, my own dark cherry, and I could scarcely believe it a berry. He said it had grown 6 feet tall, the cherry tree, and he saw a berry just now. The flowers, the flowery and the fruits, all the plants or the trees. The first time that you see the flowers or the fruits, they are just one or two. And then the next year or the next season, following season, many of them blossoms. There are many of them seen on the tree. So he says just, and I could scarcely believe it, a berry, ripened and jeweled in the sun, hung from a branch, just one. So just one berry. It was shining like a jewel. Why? It had become ripe because of the sunlight, because of the heat and the warmth. And next year, there were blossoms small, pink, fragile, quick to fall, at the merest breath, the sleepiest breeze. And the next season, the next year, he says, the following year, there were many, so many blossoms that some of them that were weak, fragile or fragile, pink ones, they fell at the slightest breeze. Sleepiest breeze means the slightest breeze that blew there. Many of them fell. All the flowers, all the fruits do not, all the blossoms or the buds do not turn into fruits. Many of them fall out also because of the storm, wind, rain. So here he says the slightest breeze made them fall. They were so weak. I lay on the grass at ease, looking up through leaves at the blue. He said, then he lied down there on the grass, looking at the leaves, looking at the blue through the leaves, through the green, he saw the blue. Blind sky at finches as they flew and flitted through the dappled green. Through those green patches of green, he could see the blue sky. While bees in ecstasy drank of nectar from each bloom and the sun sank. So he could see that even the bees came and they drank the nectar. And evening when the sun sank, so daytime there were the birds and the bees, and after the sun sank, swiftly and the stars turned in the sky, and moon moths and singing crickets, and I, yes, I praise night and stars and the tree, that small, the cherry grown by me. Now, evening time also, when he saw that there were stars in the sky. Now, evening, the birds and there were no birds and the bees. Evening, it was time for the moths and the crickets coming to the tree and singing, and the crickets singing there. And so he felt happy.
एक्सेल शीट बनवते हैं तर एक्सेल शीट मध्ये
He felt happy that the small little seed, the round small seed of the cherry that he had sown 8 years back had turned into a huge tree with so many blossoms, so many cherries, the birds coming, enjoying there, the bees coming. And it was not only he, even the other little insects and creatures that were coming there, making their homes, feeling happy, at the same time, having their, filling their little stomachs with these small little fruits and blossoms. So this is about the cherry tree that is written by Ruskin Bond. Come to the next page. We go to the brainstorming part.
Excuse me, ma'am.
Fine. Yes?
Ma'am, can we mark the figures of speech?
Yeah, yes, correct. I'll be doing that. Now students, we don't say figures of speech. We call it a poetic device. As you advance from class to class, go higher, a little terminology changes and a little more of literature is added. So here, we do not say figures of speech, we say poetic device. Now, the first one, come here. I found on page 66, I found a tree had come to stay. Now, it is personification. Why personification? Tree had come to stay. Who stays? Human being stays. So human quality of staying is applied to the tree. So it is personification. Then come down. Shrivel the slender stem. Shrivel the slender stem. S, S, S. The words begin with the alphabet S. So it is alliteration. ALLITERATION. The poetic device is alliteration. Come down. Second line, last line here on this page. The young tree struggled upward thrust. Struggling and pushing itself is again the human quality. Yes, Tanish, what have you have a doubt? Please ask. Hello?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, unmute
Ma'am,
yourself. Yes.
can you repeat that last 5 lines of the 66 page?
Of page 66 or 67?
66.
66, okay. I'll start from here. I found a tree had come to stay. He says, Ruskin Bond, the poet says, he had sown, now let me explain, he had sown the cherry seed 8 years back. He watered it and went to bed, forgot about it. Now he says they have a way of growing because they do not need much care and all, they can grow on their own. Now, after 5 months, he says, I found a tree had come to stay. That means a small plant had shot up, it had started growing. It was very small, 5 months child, lost in the tall grass running wild. It was lost in the grass means what? Not seen so clearly in the wild grass growing around it. Goats ate the leaves, the grass cutter sky, split it apart in a monsoon light. Goats ate the leaves. When the leaves were there, started growing, the goat came, they ate the leaves. So they came and ate the leaves, and the grass cutter came and with the skite, with that tool, it cut whilst cutting the grass.
Ma'am, you are not audible.
Yeah. So the goats came and ate the leaves. The grass cutter cut this, split the shoot into that cherry tree into two. And the monsoon came. When the monsoon came, it spread that monsoon water spread the fungi. Blight is the fungi all around in that on that earth there, that patch there, and due to which the stem of the plant it shrunk. Shriveled means it shrunk, became as if it was going to die because too much of water. Even so, next spring I watched 3 new shoots grow. He says that in spite of all this, in spite of these 3 main obstacles or tragedies or whatever the plant had to face, it started growing, pushing itself upwards. Its arms in the fresh, fierce arms means here the branches and the leaves. Okay. Now come to the shrivel, the slender stem is alliteration. Alliteration. Now by alliteration, S, S, S. So the poetic device is alliteration. The second last line is personification. Young tree struggle, upward thrust. Human quality of struggling and pushing itself upwards is personification. The last line, its arms in a fresh, fierce lust, is alliteration. I and FF. See the next page, the fourth line. Made a miracle from green growing pain. Again, it is alliteration, MM and GG.
Which?
The fourth line on page 67, made a miracle from green growing pain, is alliteration because MM and GG. Come down. I spent a season in Kashmir, came back thinner, rather poor, but richer by a cherry tree at my door, is antithesis. Now, what is antithesis? Opposites. Spelling of antithesis, A-N-T-I-T-H-E-S-I-S. Antithesis, T-H-E-S-I-S, anti-A-N-T-I. Now, antithesis, because he's talking about, there are two opposites here, the rich and the poor.
Ma'am, only the
If
two
you're-
lines, right?
Yeah, no, but it is, treated as one line. See, came back thinner and rather, there's a comma there. See, so you will consider it as one sentence, one line. See, when two lines are also given, it is understood that you have to select what is there between the two lines. So here it is opposites. Rather poor and richer. It's not, there's no full stop there. So it's a continuation. So it is antithesis.
And spent a season, their alliteration can come.
Spent a season, yeah, alliteration. Now come down. At the merest breath, the sleepiest breeze is personification. Sleepy breeze, personification. Sleepiest breeze, personification. Come to the third last line. And moon moths and singing crickets and I. Again, personification. Come to the next page. Find the proof from the poem for the following. The poet has mentioned different seasons. Just right there, spring, summer, and monsoon. 3 seasons he has mentioned. Spring, summer, monsoon. Then, second one, the poet's minute observation of the steady growth of the cherry tree. Now, for this particular question, you have to go back. How he has observed the cherry tree growing. Underline the sentence, the line. I found a tree had come to stay on page 66. Write there B. It is the answer to B. I found a tree had come to stay. Underline that sentence or that line. Then, and write there B. Then come down.
What?
It is the answer to the first question B. I found a tree had come to stay. Underline it and write B there. Because you cannot write this sentence here in the textbook That is why I'm telling you to underline it, the B one. So you'll have to turn back. The next part, his 3 observations. First one was, I found a tree had come to stay. The next one come down. The young tree, next week, next spring, I watched 3 new shoots grow. This one.
Which?
The third last line on page 66. Next spring, I watched 3 new shoots grow.
Okay.
And one more is there on page 67. The third line on that page. Wandering while time and rain made a miracle from green going pain. That is also his observation. Now, these 3 lines are the answers to the second one, that is the B1, the poet's minute observations of the steady growth of the cherry tree. Now, students, you have to do the reading of the prose and the poetry or whatever at least 2 to 3 times. Only then will you understand better. Okay, so you have to do that reading, and the next time that you come, you can ask the doubts that what you have not understood or whatever. The third one, C. Color imagery in the poem is green, pink, and blue. He has used 3 different colors right there: green, pink, and blue. Green, pink, and blue. Come to the next one, D. The struggle of the cherry tree. Now, the struggle of the cherry tree will be in your own words. Now, what is the struggle? The goat came and ate the leaves. The grass cutter came and cut the shoot into 2. And the monsoon rain, it shriveled this thing, spoiled the, because of the fungi, the plant had got spoiled and the stem became very slender. So that is the struggle. But in spite of that, the next spring, it started shooting up or growing. So that is the struggle of the survival. Now, what does this mean? Actually, this poem is teaching us a lesson. Now, what is that? That, of course, we'll come to it later on. Now, see, all living creatures want to live. Nobody wants to die. Okay? And there are very few cases, of course, who commit suicide. So that is wrong. Now, in spite of obstacles, we have to face the obstacles and move ahead. We never know after facing those obstacles what the future is there for us. It may be very bright. It may be very successful, and by losing hope and our life, it is not going to be useful for anyone at all. So what we have to do is we have to face the obstacles bravely and go ahead, push ourselves ahead, because we never know our future, how bright, how successful we may be. So that is later on that we learn this message value from this poem. Now come to the next one. The cherry tree did not take long to grow is false. It took 8 years to grow. Right after, birds and insects were benefited. True. T. Poet was exalted. True. D is F. The poem has underlying message about, he does not say anything about the importance of trees, so it is false. F. The poet repents planting the cherry tree is false. He enjoys it. Okay. Then the life of the cherry tree was threatened. Yes, it was threatened. How it was threatened? The goats ate the leaves. Grass cutter split it into 2. Then the monsoon spoiled the growth of the tree. Okay. But in spite of that, it grew. The cherry blossomed. Again, it's going to be the same thing. In spite of the threat of the tree, that is the goats eating the leaves, the grass cutter cutting it into two, and the monsoon spoiling it, with all the fungi growing all around it. It grew, it blossomed. Now see the next one, a small thought put into action led to a great achievement. Now this is like a blog writing or a expansion of idea or a phrase. Now what does that mean? If you have an idea, so explain that first. If you have an idea, if you have some thought, an urge to do something, put it into action. Means what? Work on it. You never know how successful you may be, what you may benefit from it, and what you will achieve. So that is, it's like a blog writing, a paragraph writing on that. Then you can give examples in that. Then the next one, the cherry tree, that is coming in writing skills. We'll be doing that. The cherry tree has inspired the poet to compose a poem. He has written this, and it's a nature poem. He talks about nature. Now, which are the other nature poets? Wordsworth, Robert Frost. You can mention daffodils, and stopping by the the poem by Robert Frost. Then come to the next one. Read the line. Pink, fragile, quick to fall. Now see, pink, fragile, quick to fall. There are three in the ascending order: pink, weak, and falling. So it is climax. The poetic device is climax, because it is in successive order, the phrase or whatever words. So it is a climax. Come to the next page. Cherry Tree is a narrative poem. What does that mean? Narrative poem, he's telling us, he's narrating his experience to us. So you have to write it is a narrative poem. The poem has a beginning, a middle, and an end. Beginning, yeah, he sowed the seed. Middle, all the obstacles that were there, still it started flowering and yielding fruits. So that is beginning, middle, and end. Different places are mentioned. Which are the different places mentioned here? Kashmir is mentioned, that Himachal Pradesh is mentioned there. Characters are referred to now. What are the characters? Characters are the goats and the grass cutter here. Incidents are arranged in a sequence. Yes, incidents first, the seed is grown, shoots come, the shoot is coming out, the leaves are coming, then you have the branches, then you have the tree, and first the goat eats the leaves, then the grass cutter cuts it, the monsoon spoils the growth of the tree. That. So that is in a sequence. There is a dialogue between the poet and the reader. Yes. How dialogue? He's telling us, like, from the time why he wanted to plant it, grow the, wanted to have his own tree, cherry tree, and all that. So he's telling us, there's a kind of a dialogue. It is a time-bound poem. Time-bound from the sowing of the seed to the fruits that are seen, and the birds and the bees coming there on the tree. There is a time. That time means 8 years. It has taken 8 years for all that. In between, the obstacles that tree has faced, hardships or the pain that is there, in spite of that, it grew. So it is a time bound. I think I may not continue because of lack of time. Students, you can go through this, and then next time if you have a doubt, you can ask me, and we'll continue next time. Thank you.
Excuse me,
I'll
ma'am.
stop. Yes.
Ma'am,
Yes.
the rhyme scheme
Ramesh
of the
speaking.
poem is constant or not?
No, it's not constant. You will have to say there is no rhyme scheme. It is a narrative poem. It is a narrative poem because what happens? The first line doesn't rhyme in a stanza. The next two lines rhyme. So there's no rhyme scheme as such. You can say it is a narrative poem. Don't. If you say the rhyme scheme, it may go wrong.
Okay,
Yeah.
ma'am. Thank you for today.
Okay. Thank you, students.
Thank you, miss.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am.
Welcome.
Thank you, ma'am.
Welcome.
Thank you.
Bye.